Good morning, Burbs. My name is Azalira, and this is gonna be quite a long video, I think. I feel like I've been mainly absent for a majority of the time, especially this year. Lots of things happened, whether it be like real life here and there, or mentally and all that stuff. And really, I just want to try to explain everything what's going on, what happened, and maybe be a little more vulnerable than usual. It's not the easiest thing to come out and be like, alright, I want to do this kind of video or talk about all these things, especially when it has to do with a lot of, private life and whatnot. So I hope you don't mind the unscripted mess that you're about to encounter, which is why I'm probably going to put a lot of timestamps on this video. But yeah, really, for anyone who doesn't really care about all that stuff, thank you very much for actually just even clicking on this video and watching or listening to this far. So if there's any sections that you're particularly interested in, especially like the future stuff that I'm planning, just look at the timestamp, see all that stuff. I'll even put it on the screen. And yeah. Alright, let's get into it before this takes way too long. First and foremost, it's probably no surprise that PSO2 NGS is kind of in a little bit of a, what I call a limbo state, where the game is getting a lot better. And especially with this new update is what I really think NGS should have had since the quote-unquote Ver 2 update. Although according to like the whole marketing thing, this thing is still part of like the version 2 update. Just this is like version 2 part 3 or something like that. So yeah, from what I know, there's still more stuff coming, which is really, really cool and all. But there's still obviously a lot of underlying problems, which can probably demotivate a lot of people from playing and all that. No, but like seriously though, if you haven't been playing at all and you're looking to try to get back in, it's a pretty good time. And especially with all the campaigns, I highly recommend at least take a look. Anyways, that aside, it should be pretty obvious though that I personally, while I do really, really enjoy what NGS has to offer right now, I just enjoy playing Legacy PSO2 more, or base PSO2, OG PSO2, whatever you want to call it. Mostly because of that, I don't really find making NGS videos like super fun, especially when it comes to gameplay. And while I can cover news and all that, I feel like it's not really something I like doing. Unless you all really like the shorts videos that I tried making for a bit. The ones where I highlight like 1 minute, hey, here's this week's update, here's what's new, here's this week's highlight, and all that stuff. I actually don't mind doing those so much, but like if we're talking long form, like reading the whole news article and stuff, that's probably a little bit of a stretch for me. But yeah, overall, I mean, I kind of thought about, is this like, am I done as a creator? Like, do I really want to stop? But the thing is, like, I really do so enjoy creating content because, I mean, that's kind of what I do for my actual job as well, other than being a musician. But I'll expand on the video ideas a little bit later in the later section, explaining what I want to do in the future. But yeah, anyways, that's a pretty good segment into the second point, I think, is that this year particularly has been quite rough. Well, not even just this year, but like the past years has been especially rough since the pandemic hit, because I am a musician. And my whole family kind of plays a part in the entertainment business and all. We also run like a music school. So yeah, as you can probably guess, ever since the pandemic, I've been extremely busy trying to help my parents do a lot of things and stabilize our family's economy, basically, because we simply couldn't do the things that we would be doing normally. And then now it's been really even more chaotic because everything is trying to open up again. We had to renovate our school. We have to just about do everything again from scratch. And because of all that, well, it really took a toll on me mentally. And it's really hard for me to run and just sit down and really do a lot of things with video content, or even just making music, which is why one of the biggest projects that I've been working on has kind of been suspended for now, which was the jazz cover of Eternal Encore. Don't get me wrong though, I still want to really, really finish the project, and I also have actually 2 interviews that I already finished, but I still actually never published. The reason for that is mostly because I feel like if I publish them in a vacuum without like having a lot more other content uploaded, the YouTube algorithm thing and everything is going to be a little strange, and then it's just not going to get a lot of exposure as intended. And I feel like it's not great and it doesn't really do justice to the people that I have interviewed. So I also kind of put a pause to that, and then which kind of just effectively means I put a pause on like everything. And yeah, that's effectively the entire story, really. Aside from that, it's just, again, all that stuff just took a really big toll on myself mentally, because I feel like as the first child, or well, as the oldest child in the family, I always feel like I really need to be very responsible with taking care of everyone and everything. And a lot of these things, sometimes I just sit around and just end up doing absolutely nothing because everything just feels way too overwhelming. And sometimes I feel like as a performer as well, I don't know if I always put my best foot forward. And well, I know obviously I don't have to be like absolutely perfect on video or like perfect on whatever performances or anything I do in life all the time, but it's always something that always weighs down on me, and it's honestly just not easy. Everyone is so connected to each other, whether it be through social media and all that. You always have people to compare yourself to. You always see other people being successful. You always see the good things. You always see the energy. You always see the positivity. You always see everything, right? Even all the negatives, all the backlash, all the comments, all the everything. And obviously, I know this better than just about anyone, since I live in practically what is the entertainment industry in real life and here right now online. I know I need tough skin. I know I need thick skin. I know I need to poise myself. I need to play a certain like quote unquote character or so. I need to be energetic. I need to be lots of things. And maybe again, this is just all my overthinking, but sometimes it just weighs down so much. And even just recording this video makes me feel so like, why am I doing this? You know, like I should not be showing this side of me, or like I shouldn't be talking about all these personal things. I shouldn't be anything, because this is not what people want to see online. And my personal worst offender of all, even though it doesn't sound like it or look like it, but I am extremely self-conscious when I talk to people, because I genuinely am not confident with speaking English. I mean, I don't know if I've ever really said this publicly before, but like every time before I like talk to people or come on video or things like that, I literally have to sit down and calm myself down, because I really need to switch my brain into English mode, if that makes any sense. English is, well, my third language. So I'm always really harsh on myself, especially just like, damn, do I sound normal here? Like, am I just a weirdo? Am I just... Okay, this might sound super crazy to so many of you, because a lot of my friends always tell me like, dude, RC, like, stop thinking about that. Like, your English is perfectly good and everything. I'm just like, I don't know. I don't feel right. It just doesn't feel... Yeah, that's kind of like all the things that go through my head, even now that I'm recording this video. It's kind of really scary thinking about like how everyone's always gonna feedback. Like, I don't care if you call my video shit, but like whenever people say like, you know, I speak weirdly, or like if my accent's like super weird or something, I get super self-conscious. But yeah, I don't, it feels really weird to say this out now to like a public audience, because it's something I'm very not comfortable with sharing. But you know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna leave that in the video, because this is completely unscripted, one take, all that stuff. Just yeah, I'm leaving it there. This is so embarrassing. Okay, enough. Let's refocus and get back into the other topics here. Right, so yeah, that I think that's about everything, talking about how I felt throughout the years and just why I haven't been uploading and all that. And then there's still all the content that is waiting to be uploaded. But that's also why I really want to discuss about the future and the things I want to do, because there's actually so many things I want to do. Right, so yeah, let's talk about our future plans here of what I want to do. And no, it's not like, oh my god, I want to move away from making PSO2 videos or something like that. It's more, I just want to ask all of you opinions on legit video ideas. So before anything, I'm gonna go on a little bit of a tangent and nerd out a little bit, okay? So I play this game called Hearthstone. It's a card game. And I've been watching this one YouTuber named Raran. I'll be completely honest, even after watching him for like a year, I have no idea what's like the actual pronunciation. But anyways, he actually single-handedly brought me back into Hearthstone after not playing like for a really long time, because his video ideas were just really creative. He does a lot of unconventional challenges and just looks at the game in a completely different perspective compared to all the other creators that is just like, all right, I'm just gonna play a standard and then just upload this about this, and that's just that. And I feel like that is kind of generally where everyone's mindset is, right? Especially even when it comes to PSO2, where, oh yeah, there's new content. All right, so here's a video guide of like how to play this new class, how to fight this new boss, how to whatever farm this event, what all that stuff. And I feel like that's honestly really boring. And I kind of really wanted to be able to, if anything, follow in Raran's footsteps and just make unique PSO2 videos, whether it be even about legacy PSO2 or NGS, and just take things from a very different angle. Whether it be, for example, let's say messing around with my friends, doing some old PSO2 bosses with only one PA, cough cough, straight charge only on Mother, or like do mining base with only Knuckles and absolutely nothing else, doing divide quests with a little bit of Nuzlocke rules, and just, you know, those very interesting video ideas and perspectives that has never really been done before, and focus on the entertainment and messing around and having fun part of it, as opposed to just being like, yo, all right, here's the best way to beat this boss, here's the best way to play this class, you know, that kind of thing. I feel like if we can find opportunities, or well, I can find those opportunities to do these kinds of mess around videos and just have a lot of fun, I feel like it's going to be such good video content, and especially one that's never been done before in the PSO2 sphere. And you don't really have to be like a super PSO2 nerdy player to understand all these things, because it's just, you know, people playing a game and having fun, right? Or at least like that's kind of my perspective on it. And other than that, I also want to make videos featuring legitimately featuring some of my favorite PSO2 screenshotters on X, or well, formerly Twitter, because I have so many of my screenshotter friends, which I love their screenshots so much. They do such good work, and I really want to feature them and just nerd out about their screenshots on a video, like legit. I'm gonna ask them first though, like, hey, if it's okay if I like make a video featuring you and stuff. But I feel like these kinds of content are the kind of content that quote unquote only I can do per se, because these kinds of content are what I call bridging the gap between the JP and the global community, so to say. And aside from this, I also want to make like a ongoing series where one week I upload one series and then the other week I upload another series. And here's a proposal, okay? Hear me out. So let's say this entire month of December, the first week, I'm gonna do a video showcasing my community's creative spaces. So I can have like an account for both JP and Global on like every single ship, and then I tour like some creative spaces and then just post them on with my raw thoughts, commentary, and everything, and focus on the fun of it, right? And then the week after, I will not be posting the creative space video, but instead I will be posting screenshots videos featuring like the newest scratches that just came out. So effectively it's kind of like a highlight video of like 1 week of creative space and then 1 week of like fashion, new scratch, all that fancy stuff. And I particularly want to focus the fashion part on like the new scratches, because I feel like it's a really good thing to be relevant to the current fashion, and it's also something that can be doing ongoing and engage with like both communities from JP and Global, because we all get scratches and everything at the same time. Yeah, I feel like these kinds of content are something I feel a lot more passionate about, and then just sprinkle in like an interview or some other projects here and there every once in a while, but at least like have the baseline be these weekly series of doing these kinds of videos and just having fun with all of you, the community, and just being engaged with everyone once again, and bringing both the JP and Global community really together under something that doesn't have to be either like, you know, streamlined, oh, you must grind the game only, or like, oh, this is like a JP only collab thing, or like, oh my god, this is like a global only event, or like, you know, those kinds of things where there's a lot of separation of sorts. Like, the more I really talked about this and the more I think about it, I feel so fired up. I really want to make all these stuff happen, but which is why I wanted to really make this video as well, because I want to ask all your opinions of what you think about this kind of content schedule if we were to make this moving forward, starting more or less in January next year. Because more than anything, I would love to bring myself back to doing a lot of fun content creation. I would love to have the opportunity to make a lot more artwork. I would love to do more screenshots. I would love to also like recreate some of my existing characters and just teach people, you know, character creation and do a lot of fun streams of that sort. And yeah, I mean, this is such a good stream idea also, where I literally work on recreating some of my other characters that I haven't been doing a lot with. Because all these years, I had a lot of experience with seeing a lot more new character creations, a lot more tech, a lot more everything, and I haven't really updated my characters, right? I feel like it's a good opportunity because now we have Endless Salon. I can make a lot more frequent streams and be like, all right, I'm gonna just do a character creation stream. No lie, I really want to update some of my characters. I want to refurbish some. I want to refresh some. I want to do so many things. And like, if we already have everything established normally, I can probably be confident enough to sprinkle in like some flavor of doing other video games as well here and there, just for fun, right? Because I mean, I have a lot of hobbies and I love, for example, Warhammer 40k a lot. There's actually a really funny post that I've seen not too long ago, but I'm not going to get into all that now because this video is probably like extremely long at this point. I'm very sorry about that and all the rambling and everything. But yeah, I feel like maybe I've probably missed a few points that I really wanted to talk about, but you know, after talking about everything for a while, I feel kind of really nice right now, and I can't wait to read all your guys' comments and all. So yeah, I feel like at least for now, I'll probably stop recording the video here because this has been a very long, literal one take. I have not prepared anything. This is not scripted. Everything is like super raw, super like uncut. And I really hope the genuinity comes through. And I just really, really want to get everything, all the ball rolling again. And just, yeah, that's all I can say. Anyways, thank you very much for sticking with me. If you have got to the end of the video, like, I really respect you for taking like 15 minutes off your day to listen to me ramble about the stupidest things. And I hope we can get everything back together. Maybe I should like conclude the video or something. I don't know. Maybe I'll write something on the screen or like, dude, I legit don't remember how to end a video. How do I conclude this? Like, do I just say some random stuff and be like, yeah, you know, I'll see you soon, like, or I don't know. Anyways, but yay. Thank you so much. No, like, for real, like, thank you so much for taking the time. I really, really appreciate it. And with that, take care of yourself, okay? And don't forget to smile, because I will see you in a very, very soon video to come, hopefully, or a live stream or something of that nature. Bye bye.